People are using AI to put more clothes on people instead of nudifying them.
I mean, they're just doing this to be silly, or is there like some real politics behind it?
A man with a certain view of relationships and sex would be like, well, she's really pretty, but I don't like how she's showing off to everyone. Threads, the Twitter alternative put out by Meta, that's technically, I guess, an Instagram product, is joining the metaverse.
So basically, it's going to be able to federalize, but basically link up with Mastodon. Is that the idea? Does it go the other way so that, all these Mastodon servers, people posting there are going to be picked up on Threads?
If I'm going to say something good about it, it's good that, hey, how the tech are you? I am producer Dave. As my name would imply, I am the producer of all the shows here at Echoplex Media and the co-producer of How the Tech Are You, which I suppose is also part of Echoplex Media because it does go on my website. As I say on the other shows, you can find me on Grindr. I have 2 stories this week. The first one is people are using AI to put more clothes on people instead of nudifying them. People are putting modest clothes on women who they deem to be undignified. As with a lot of dumb shit on the internet, this started on 4chan. And from a post on 4chan, I had to make sure there was nothing in this post on 4chan that was a problem. With the power of AI, we will clothe the Insta-hots. We will purify them of their tattoos. We will liberate them of piercings, and we will lengthen their skirts. It's being called Dignify, because of course it is. Most people aren't using AI, though. They're just using tools like Photoshop. And some of the usual Twitter ghouls, like Bumblejack and Ian Miles Wrong, etc., are spreading this around. And there's a Twitter account dedicated to this that has tens of thousands of followers. And obviously, this is being pushed by a lot of men who are interested in having a trad wife. Had you heard about this, Matt?
I did. Well, I heard about it when looking for my other stories today. I ran across it. I didn't think to do it, but I'm glad you did.
You probably saw it and you're like, if I don't do this, Dave will do it.
Yeah. Basically, I found other stuff that I thought was more in my, on my track. I mean, they're just doing this to be silly, or is there like some real politics behind it?
As with everything on the internet, there's a way in which this is clearly just irony poisoned, right? Like there's
right.
It's not one or the other, but there is like a big like contingent of what used to be the manosphere who has joined this sort of movement to cover women up. Essentially, it's this trad wife thing where they want to go back to a past that never really existed except for like very small segments of society, like in the sort of upper middle class. And I just did it because it's fucking weird.
It is weird.
It's fucking weird.
I didn't know if it was weird they were trying to be funny, or weird somebody who's actually serious minded. But we should probably also define trad wife, or
it's pretty
traditional.
It's traditional wife, and they mean a certain type of tradition, right?
Yeah,
they mean the 50s.
Yeah, exactly.
Or what TV in the 50s portrayed a wife as: white,
right,
pretty, a mother, always cleaning the house, always cooking dinner. What a woman of privilege might have done in the 50s, because she didn't have to work and there was a nice home to keep clean. So yeah, that's sort of that's what it is. There's ways in which this could be done pretty funny. Like if you found a deep fake of someone, or like an AI of someone that actually wasn't naked, and then you used AI to put clothes back on the person because you're like, well, hey, this person didn't approve of this. They didn't consent to this. So I'm going to help you out and put some clothes back on this person because you're being a bit abusive here. So here's a better fake picture of this person. I like this dress. That would be a kind of funnier use of this.
Well, it'd be like the Taylor Swift stuff, because there's some inappropriate Taylor Swift fake images going around that is luckily pushing like Congress to maybe do something about it. I don't know if they can do anything about it, but at least they're thinking about it.
This is the opposite of this, right? This is like if some Instagram influencer or whatever is wearing like a skimpy bathing suit, and you're like I'm going to be careful with my words here, remembering that we're not on a different one of my shows. A man with a certain view of relationships and sex would be like, well, she's really pretty, but I don't like how she's showing off to everyone.
Right.
She could be my trad wife, right? It's that. But also because it's the internet, people are probably doing it as a joke.
Yeah. It's a little of column A, a little column B, right?
Yeah, but it's all it's all, it's going to be generally driven by it's probably almost all men doing this. And
yeah.
I don't know, it's weird. I don't know. I'm not even sure like really what I think about it. I just grabbed it because it was the weirdest thing that came across my feed while I was looking through the tech stuff. So the next one I got is less weird, more boring, and evidence that sometimes I put together my part of the show in kind of a hurry. This is just Threads, the Twitter alternative put out by Meta. That's technically, I guess, an Instagram product. Is joining the metaverse. We have a new option that's coming. Ostensibly, will let users turn on and off fediverse sharing. Your account will need to be fully public on Threads to interact across the fediverse, and there's just no word on when this feature will be enabled. I think since neither of us use Threads, this was a great topic for me to choose.
Yeah, but so basically it's going to be able to federalize, but basically link up with Mastodon. Is that the idea?
Yeah. It's going to...
Assuming any Mastodon server would actually, federate with them or not. Most of them may not even bother.
Right.
But who knows?
Who knows? I mean, like we run a server and I don't see any reason to block Threads. I don't think that we would block Threads.
Well, the person who runs the actual server may have some political reasons.
Okay, fair enough. It just says that I run the server in my profile. That doesn't mean I actually do any work on it. That's fair.
Well, you moderate it, right? Sometimes.
Maybe. I think there have been very few reports of anything on our server because there's some moderation stuff that's come to me. This is good in a way. I wish it wasn't Meta. Like I wish that maybe Blue Sky would have done this instead, because Blue Sky, while Jack Dorsey is involved with it, it's fairly independent of all these big social media platforms. I know that Elon Musk has talked about doing this with Twitter/X, and then apparently almost everyone said, "Well, that's great. We would block you. We would block your domain from our servers." So, and also it's possible that he just said that because he was like on acid or something and just was saying things. I don't know.
Too many cough drops or something.
The Fediverse, I don't know how long that is. I guess what is it? Event Pub? Is that the name of the standard? I forget what it's called now.
I don't remember what it is.
What it is, I think it kind of got adopted too late. I feel like there was a time where if even Facebook would have tried to get on it and followed the protocols, I feel like this stuff would have all been interoperable and nobody would have been too mad about it. But now these companies have pissed everybody off to the extent that the kinds of people that are going to run these servers aren't going to want anything to do with any of these.
I think one of the big issues is, and it's something that happens in with Mastodon and the Fediverse, as they call it, and all these other servers. But basically, does your terms of service match whoever you're connecting to's terms of service? And can somebody go onto this onto this website on this other server and just post a bunch of racist stuff? If you have that, if you're allowing that, completely open free speech, a lot of servers are gonna block you because they don't want to. It just makes everything terrible.
Right? They don't want. For whatever reason, they just don't want their users exposed to this kind of stuff. They know that.
Yeah.
Because if you want to find racism on the internet, it's you could seek. You don't even have to really seek it out. But the point of this federated thing is like you said, you can't come on to port87.social and you I don't know how long you'd last on port87.social posting a bunch of stuff about even just race and IQ, which people think is some kind of high-minded stuff. We might find that and be like, could you go to a different server and post this actually? We'll see. I haven't signed up for Threads. I just, the last thing I need is another social media thing. But I guess, if I'm going to say something good about it, it's good that a large company is considering this a useful technology.
The other question I just came up with is, So they're allowing people who post on threads to basically publish to the fediverse so other servers can pick it up. Does it go the other way so that, all these Mastodon servers, people posting there are going to be picked up on threads?
So this is all in beta. It hasn't fully been rolled out yet, but I do think that you'll be able to just join, see other people's posts and follow them. I think that they'll let you do that. But then if that's the case, I don't know why you would choose threads, right? Because the other good thing about this, honestly, is there's people on threads and I don't want to join threads, and our benevolent dictator over there at port87.social can be talked out of blocking threads. I can follow some journalists on threads that not have to actually join that goddamn thing.
Yeah.
Well, we'll see. We'll keep an... No, we won't. I was going to say we'll keep an eye on this, but no, we won't. Well, it would. I think it would end up on our docket if they fully joined and people were engaged in the fediverse via threads and started to learn more about it. I think that would actually end up on our story list. We'll see how it goes going forward. Yeah,
or we'll if they join or something and it totally blows up and completely falls apart in a hysterical way, we'll definitely cover that too.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. It's the show's different than the other shows, but not so different in that we will not focus on a total shit show if it happens.
Yeah.
Thank you for tuning in to How the Tech Are You? We do this show every week, and we put it out into 3 segments on YouTube, and we also put it out as a podcast. If you'd like that you can find that at echoplexmedia.com, along with all our other shows. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and we'll have a recommended video here on the screen for you to check out next.